Please. नहीं छोड़ने बेटा क्या लिखती Zadrizes buzdaris gosdaor
It's the thousand blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie. But what do we have left once we abandon the lie? Chaos. A gaping pit waiting to swallow us all. Chaos isn't a pit. Chaos is a ladder.
Hello, hello, hello. The connection is working. We are here. I think we're live. It says in the corner we are, so we're going to run with it. Welcome, guys. My name's Ryan, as you all know. Welcome to Game of Thrones, late episode 3, Lord Snow breakdown. It's going to be a good one. We've got loads of video clips to play. We've got a slideshow. We've got meme of the week. It's going to be a fun one. I appreciate all of you being here this evening. I'm also going to announce a giveaway for some magnets. House Sigil magnet set from Game of Thrones. We're going to give these away on the finale of season 1 on episode 10. So you've got plenty of time if you want one of these, UK or US, because it's only small, so I can send it in a letter style. To enter, all you need to do is comment on the live stream, not in the live chat, actually as a comment after the fact, if that's how you enter. So yeah, if you want it, comment, let me know, and I'll put everybody on a wheel on the episode 10 and we'll spin it. And yeah, if you're live and present in the live stream on the episode 10, then you win it and it's yours. Milky hasn't done a giveaway for a while, but that's what we're going to do. No other requirements, but to just please comment on the live stream. Good evening, Corey. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I know we're 4 days later than we should have been, but we're here. We're going to do it. Like I say, we've got loads of fun tonight. But you know why we're doing this, right? We're doing this to walk or ride down the golden road of royalty and experience every episode as we go by with my good friend, the Hand of the King. His friend is Pop in Missouri. Welcome in, my friend.
What's up, man? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing much better than I was Monday, I can tell you that. So.
Awesome. I'm glad to know that you're still alive and with us and working, and we thank you for your service that you do for the roads of America, because yeah, without you, people wouldn't be able to get to work and stuff, so we appreciate it, brother.
It's just a job, but thank you.
It's not just a job, you know. Hey, Johnny Knight, good to see you, my friend.
Johnny Knight.
Good to see you. Speaking of Johnny Knight, guys, I don't know if people have known, but I do have a logo. It is in some places on social media right now. I am working on a new intro for the Game of Thrones streams, and that will probably come to you guys for episode 5 of this season. So yeah, stay tuned, because that will include the new logo as well that Johnny Knight gracefully gave us and gave the realm, and I really, really appreciate it, and I love it. So thank you very much, Johnny. Good to see you. Charles, what did you think of episode 3, Lord Snow?
I liked it. We learned some more characters. We learned some more backstory. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as 2, but I did enjoy 3. I did, and I'll continue to watch. So that's your next question. I already know.
It actually pleases me that you enjoyed episode 3, because I know that episode 3 does get quite a lower rating compared to others, because nobody dies in this episode.
Yeah.
There isn't any action in this episode. It's all about meeting in important key characters and understanding their motives going forward. And yeah, it's a very good episode. I love Lord Snow, for example, and the next one as well next week is one of my favorites. We will get onto that in a little bit. Where would you rank this episode before we break it down and we give you a bit more information?
I would give this out of the first three, I would put it last for sure. But I still enjoyed it. It. I would probably give it an even 7.
An even 7. That's fair. That's fair.
An even 7, I think.
Okay. Welcome in, Kenneth Bird. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Good to see you, as always. Guys, let's get straight into it. So I think I ranked this one a 9.0. Still a good episode, but going with what Charles has just said, it would be my lowest ranked episode so far. But all of them are in the 9s in the first season. So, yeah, let's just get through it. Charles, you know the rules. Ryan, love the thumbnail. Very, very clean. Johnny, you don't know how much that means to me, bro. Thank you so much. Charles knows this, and some of the other horsemen know this, and I've been talking about it the next couple of days. How proud I am of them because they are very simple, they are very clean, like you say, and I'm going to try and stick with that theme going forward, especially next week. Next week's is my favorite. So if you guys like the thumbnails, give the stream a like before you even get to the stream, because the more likes on that stream before we even get live helps out the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Johnny, I live for the comments like that. So thank you very much, my friend.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, as I was saying, Charles, you know the rule. I have text on screen, I have images, I'm going to run through it as we do. Please feel free to interrupt me at any time.
Let's do this.
Let's go. Oh, so what's going on here? So StreamYard have changed things. No, now I don't have buttons on screen to switch to the next slide. I have to do it down here. That's fine. Let's go with it, shall we? So we begin with Ned Stark finally arriving at King's Landing. He is summoned to the meeting of the Small Council, the advisory group that serves the King of the Seven Kingdoms. Members of this group and the King's advisors include the Hand of the King, who serves the King instead in his absence, as well as the Lord Commander of the King's Guard, the Grand Maester, the Master of Coins, the Master of Whispers, the Maester of Laws, and Maester of Ships. As you all know, this is the council meeting. You guys have all got, your own accolades within these live streams, and it's good to see you. Please, guys, hit the like button on the stream, share it out, let people know we're live. We enter the throne room, and we see the Iron Throne at the far end of the vast room. The Kingslayer, Jaime Lannister, is sitting on the steps in front of the throne. While everyone seems to covet the throne, it is actually quite uncomfortable, having been forged out of the swords of vanquished foes. Jaime, who enjoys a good sword fight, also enjoys a verbal sparring, and he and Ned got at it. Jaime reminds Ned that he had witnessed his father and his brother's murder there in that room. They were executed, probably burned to death, on the order of the former king, Aerys Targaryen, whom Jaime served as Lord Commander of the King's Guard. Jaime had stood by and watched the slaughter, doing nothing. But later, when the Mad King died, Jaime was there for that too, and he tells Ned it felt like justice. It was Jaime who killed the Mad King, sticking a knife in his back, though he was sworn to protect him, hence the Kingslayer epitaph that he now carries. So that kind of gives you a little bit of backstory as to why everybody calls him the Kingslayer. And yeah, it's one of the most heinous things you could do in the realm, apart from kin slaying, which is just remove the G, which is killing your own kind, which, Aemond has done with many people in House of the Dragon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Here we have the council table meeting. This is how I imagine my meetings and my live streams would go if we were all in person. We would sit there around the table. I would probably do it from a different room. But yeah, there are some new characters here, which are very interesting. Corey says Jaime the Kingslayer. Fire, fire, fire. Definitely. He suits that moniker so well. At the meeting of the Small Council, we meet Grand Maester Pycelle, the Master of Whispers, Lord Varys, Master of Law, Lord Renly Baratheon, the King's youngest brother, and Master of Coin, Lord Peter Baelish. He is nicknamed Littlefinger. Renly and Ned knew each other and are old friends. Lord Baelish mentions that Ned's wife and he were acquainted. We also learn that Lord Baelish was familiar with Ned's brother Brandon, who apparently wounded Lord Baelish quite extensively in a duel. This is getting juicier, guys. Seems Baelish and Brandon had duelled over Catelyn. Interesting that she ended up with neither of them. Ned is familiar with Pycelle as well as and mentions that he served another king. It's quite a sore point probably, as no one wants to be associated with the Mad King, because he did go absolutely crazy, and it's an ongoing theme that goes throughout this season. The first order of business is a tournament to be held in honour of Ned's appointment. It's an expensive affair, and one which the Treasury cannot bear, as they are already greatly in debt to the Lannisters to the tune of 6 million, which, whatever the value of their currency is quite a lot. Ned is questioning just what he has gotten himself into. At another part of the capital, Cersei is tending to Joffrey's wounds physically and emotionally, and tries to flatter him with how brave he fought the direwolf. But Joffrey may be mean and horrible, but he's not stupid. He knows he is not brave and recoils, as well at her suggestion that he's just like his father, the king. As far as the truth of his bravery, Cersei tells him of a dangerous lesson. When you sit on the Iron Throne, the truth will be what you make it. He's not happy that he has to marry Sansa Stark, but his mother is on a roll here with her advice today and lets him know that he's free to sleep around as long as he knocks up the Stark girl now and then with an heir to the throne. So yeah, a little bit of interesting stuff. Sansa is besotted with Joffrey, as we've seen in previous episodes, and Joffrey's like, I don't even want to mingle with the people from the north. Like, why am I having to do this, you know? So you can clearly see that Cersei is pulling a lot of strings from the very beginning, which is, is very important and very pivotal for the story. How do you feel about Joffrey so far?
He's kind of like Jace's in House of the Dragon. He's just a spoiled little brat that just some town folk need to just take him over his knee and whoop his ass, and maybe he'll set him straight. That's just my feeling. But yeah, I'm a hick from the sticks, so that's how we would handle him. But
he's a little bitch. That's what he is. Yeah. Joffrey is still not happy. He doesn't like the Northerners. He doesn't want them having as much autonomy and power as they do have. Things will be different when he's in charge. He'd take Winterfell away from the Starks if it were up to him, and he'd install a Lannister to run the place. Cersei is concerned he doesn't understand just how different the Northerners are and how impossible of a task it would be to take and hold the North, especially once winter came. But once you've told your child that they are special and they can have whatever they want, of course they're going to ask for the North.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I can have whatever I want? Oh, okay. I'll take 2 of those.
Yeah.
I mean, what kid wouldn't? So
I know, right?
What kid wouldn't?
We see some of that fight in the Northerners as Arya is practicing stabbing things at dinner. She imagines her dinner as Joffrey. Joffrey ordered the Hound to kill her friend, the butcher's boy, and she won't soon forget that. She also blames Sansa for not telling the truth, which she believes would have saved that boy's life, which I agree. Sansa's first mistake, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of her first serious issues that I have with the character and with her, but we'll continue. Septa Mordain, the girl's governess, is not pleased with Arya's behaviour and seems to prefer the more ladylike Sansa. Ned brings Sansa a gift, but it's for a much younger child, or a much younger girl, and she runs off insulted. Having no luck trying to make Sansa feel better, Ned tries reasoning with his younger daughter, Arya. He sees the sword that she has and recognises where it was made, and seems surprised that she even has a name for her sword, which we found out in the previous episode she called it Needle.
Yes.
Arya tells him that she was practicing with the butcher's boy, and she now holds herself responsible for what happened to him. Arya is mad at everybody, including her sister, but her father teaches her a hard truth, that as the future wife of the future king, Sansa has to stand by side with Joffrey, even when he's in the wrong. Winter is coming, after a decade-long summer, and the Starks have to protect themselves, even if that means aligning with people like Joffrey. Yeah. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to ask you how you feel about Ned's arrival in King's Landing. So you've known of him in the North as an honourable father who holds his job as Warden of the North with the highest of respect and duty, and he does what's right for the realm, regardless of consequences towards him or his family. And he's been begged by his old friend Robert to become the Hand of the King, and he's gone south. How do you feel Ned is handling his appointment in the first 15 minutes of this episode?
It feels like he's handling it okay. we haven't got to probably my favorite part of the show yet, so we won't talk about that. But,
Interesting.
it's got to do with coins, but I think he's handling it okay. It's a lot, especially uprooting everybody, and now his wife shows up too, so it makes it a lot more interesting.
No, good observations, definitely. So I do have some videos to play, but we'll play them after I've read this little thing here. So a crow caws in the window outside of Bran's bedroom. He is being tended to by an old Nan, famous for her scary stories. She warns him he doesn't know what fear is, being a child of the summer, and goes on to warn him of the winter to come when the White Walkers moved through the woods. Wonder if she saw the first episode. Rob comes in and asks Bran if he remembers how he fell, but Bran remembers nothing. He knows he'll never walk again, and he says he'd rather be dead. Very powerful scenes in this episode between Bran and Nan. We do have some videos to play. I've cut these up into 4 parts because if I play it for the whole 2 minutes, YouTube will slap me on the wrist and probably kick me off the live. So I was wary of that. But we will play them. I want you to pay attention to what she says in this first clip, because I will let you know a tie and a correlation from the 3rd episode of this show to an upcoming show that we will get next year.
Don't listen to it. Crows are all liars. I know a story about a crow.
I hate your story.
I know a story about a boy who hated stories. I could tell you about Sir Duncan the Tall. Those were always your favourites.
Those weren't my favourites. My favourites were the scary ones.
So Bran says they weren't my favourite stories. They were the scary. He liked the scary ones. But I want to point out to you guys, and to you especially, Charles, is old Nan mentions Sir Duncan the Tall.
Mm-hmm.
The correlation that I'm getting at here is Sir Duncan the Tall will be the main character, if not the joint main character, in the new series that's coming next season, The Hedge Knight, The Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. He will be the honouring guard and protector of a boy called Egg, who will be a bold boy. That's all I'm going to say for now, because I don't want to give spoilers away. But yeah, it's very interesting how this came out. This is the 3rd episode of the 1st season, and we have the tiniest little line like that from old Nan. And it got me so excited once we understood and once we got the annunciation of that we were getting the Hedge Knight. It all came flooding back to me, that whole conversation with Nan. And yeah, it's a great one. So Duncan the Tall is such a cool name. I agree, Corey. Completely agree. I can't wait for people to meet him in the show as well. I can't wait to see what he's like as a character and to draw the the stuff from the old books, because the story is written from 3 short novellas that George R.R. Martin wrote. The show will consist of 6 episodes, only 3 seasons, and then it'll be done. And then what I think it'll do is it'll run concurrent with House of the Dragon, which will be very interesting. But let's play another video, shall we? So Charles, Sweet Nan calls Bran here a sweet summer child. A sweet summer child is a boy that has no knowledge of what's to come. So you would class yourself as a sweet summer child.
Mm-hmm.
When people watch the show for the first time, the Game of Thrones community like to make comments of "Hello, sweet summer child" on their first videos and things like that. It's a very nice, warm, welcoming quote for people to say. But let's play the video.
Oh, my sweet summer child, what do you know about fear? Fear is for the winter, when the snows fall 100 feet deep. Fear is for the long night, when the sun hides for years, and children are born and live and die, all in darkness. That is the time for fear, my little lord, when the White Walkers move through the woods.
I don't know about you, Charles, but she gives me the chills. Every time she speaks, I get the chills. I love it. I absolutely love it.
She could read me any scary story and I'd be underneath the sheets, underneath the pillows for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's not stop her. Let her continue.
Thousands of years ago, there came a night that lasted a generation. Kings froze to death in their castles, same as the shepherds in their huts. And women smothered their babies rather than see them starve, and wept and felt the tears freeze on their cheeks. So is this the sort of story that you like? In that darkness, the White Walkers came for the first time. They swept through cities and kingdoms, riding their dead horses, hunting with their packs of pale spiders, big as hounds.
Pale spiders as big as hounds.
She got his attention, that's for sure. You know, because like when she first started talking, he was just looking up at the ceiling.
She did, didn't she?
And then by the end, he was like, "Well, what you talking about, a lady?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And even the last clip that we'll play from Old Nan's conversation is when his brother Rob comes into the room, and his brother Rob says something quite interesting to him that I want you to just keep a hold of for a couple of episodes, or maybe even a couple of seasons, and we'll call back to it. It doesn't spoil anything right now, but it's very interesting, and it's one of those theories that a lot of Game of Thrones fans like to talk about.
One time she told me the sky is blue because we live inside the eye of a blue-eyed giant named Macumber.
Maybe we do.
Maybe
A blue-eyed giant named Macumber.
Uh-huh.
It's such a fantastic way of words. And yeah, maybe we do. Maybe we do indeed.
Maybe we do.
Catelyn is accompanied by Roderick Castle as she heads into King's Landing. She's thought no one knew of her plans, so she was surprised when the men of the City Watch greet her at the gates. She's brought into her old friend Peter Baelish's business establishment. That's what we'll call it, guys. A business establishment. It's a brothel, right? It's a brothel.
Let's call it.
She's furious at him until she understands why. Lord Varys, an old friend, had arranged with Baelish, aka Littlefinger, to bring Catelyn where she would be safely hidden away. He knows exactly why Catelyn is there and asks poignantly about the dagger.
How did you know I was coming?
Knowledge is my trade, my lady. Did you bring the dagger with you by any chance? They whisper to me the strangest stories. Valyrian steel.
Do you know whose dagger this is?
I must admit I do not.
This is a good point. This is a good time to point out that Varys is the Master of Whispers. That is the same connection as to the moniker that I gave to Corey. Corey was my Master of Whispers, or is my Master of Whispers. So Varys and Corey are connected throughout the show for me. Varys has a team of ears at all points in the realm and perhaps beyond. It is his business to know what is going on, and his little birds spy for him. So think of Larys and Mysaria from House of the Dragon, but 10 times more effective at what he does, and having, you know, they're only on Dragonstone and King's Landing. Varys is the entire realm.
He's everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing I want to point out is it isn't confirmed, so this isn't a spoiler, but he has a bald head. Could he be Targaryen? Is he hiding his true lineage? Because we've seen this now with people. They you know, Alan shaves his head and all this kind of stuff. So, and he's not Targaryen, but he's of descent with the Valyrians. So it's an interesting one to think out for sure.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. Welcome in, LSAPC. Good to see you. He says, rough evening. Sorry I'm late. Don't have to say sorry, brother. You're here. We appreciate it.
What is up? What is up?
Yeah. Thank you for stopping in. Good to see you, Umpty Scratch. Thanks for being here. And Corey says, Master of Whispers is the best council table position. Care to argue that point, Charles?
It is
Be in the hand.
Whatever you want it to be. Yeah.
Interesting. Varys inspects the dagger and recognizes that it's Valyrian steel, but admits to being unaware of whose dagger it is. Littlefinger, on the other hand, can identify the dagger as his. But he lost the dagger during the Prince's Name Day joust when he bet on Jaime Lannister, who was bested by Loras Tyrell, the Lord of Flowers. And who won the dagger, you say? Tyrion Lannister. Interesting. I don't know if I quite believe the story of what's being told to me here.
Yeah, when he said that, I'm like, I don't know, dude. I don't. You know, we'll
okay.
See.
We will see indeed. Make sure I'm not losing out on any clips. No, I'm not. Tyrion is still up north, watching the new Knights Guards recruit at Castle Black. Jon Snow is battling against his fellow recruits and was given the divisive nickname and title for this episode, Lord Snow, to signify that though a bastard, Jon was raised in a privileged and storied home. Jon proves himself as a worthy warrior, and he earns some faint praise from Master-at-Arms Alistair Thorne for his prowess with a sword. I love all the story that happens north, all of the stuff at the wall, all the stuff with the Night's Watch. It's one of my favorite aspects of this entire show. I love that you can still have some sort of honor in this world even after you commit heinous crimes, or just get sent there for whatever reason it may be. I still think it's a very respectable place to be, and I don't know, it reminds me of living in Scotland. It's the north, it's cold, it's one of those kind of things.
Gotcha.
If given the choice, Charles, I know we haven't gone over the entire realm, and we will do that on another live stream. Mitchie did give me a link to one of the most detailed and fantastic maps that are interactive. I didn't even know about this, and Mitchie provided me with this link, and I thank her for it very, very much. And we're going to do it live on that.
She is the master of ships, is that correct?
No, she's my Lady of the Kingsguard.
Okay, she.
But long story short, if you could live anywhere in the world of Westeros, where would you choose to live? North, south, in the middle? What would you want to do? So far with what you've known. You see the backstabbing going on down south. You've got the loyalists living up the north.
You got the north loyalists, but it's cold. You get the south, they're killing each other, but it's nice and warm and sandy.
You got the Dothrakis over on the other side of the sea.
Yeah, you got Jason Momoa. He'll come visit, barbecue. Man, I would have to say north. I've always been. I don't mind the cold. So. And they seem more like my type of people.
I'm filled with praise that you answered that way, because that's where your king would be, and I would need my hand to protect me. Yeah. So I'm glad that you'd be okay with going to the north. And living in America as well, you deal with a lot of heat and a lot of cold in the winter, but more so heat, I would say. So it'd be good for you to have a little break and maybe live a life with a little bit of a comfort.
Yeah. After this week, I'm praying for snow. So.
Tyrion and Lord Commander Jorah Mormont chat about the new recruits. Then Mormont gives Tyrion a message that came for Jon back at King's Landing. Maester Pycelle brings a message to Ned that came earlier in the day from Winterfell. Littlefinger walks up just as Ned is reading the note and suggests that he should share that news with his wife. Ned says Catelyn is in Winterfell, but of course Littlefinger knows that this is not true. And he grabs him and he puts him up at a wall, and his wife pops a little head out the window and goes, "Oi, Ned!" Yeah. One of the funniest moments, how he introduces himself to Littlefinger and he just grabs him and throws him up at the wall. It's interesting, the dynamic of power between the two of them already. Littlefinger takes Ned to his whorehouse to see his wife, and Ned thinks that this is all a joke, and he grabs Littlefinger around the throat and slams him into the wall. Littlefinger has already told us how Ned's brother cut him open and how he fought a duel for Ned's wife. So there is already enough bad blood there. Ned eventually finds out that Littlefinger wasn't punking him, and Catelyn is there at the brothel. Awkward.
Yeah, talk about weird, right?
I know, right? Good to see you, Katie. Katie's Creations in the chat. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. I appreciate it. You should watch Game of Thrones. I think you'd really enjoy it.
Yes,
personally. Before they reunite, we're back up north with Jon, and he's being razzed by his fellow Night's Watch recruits. They give him a hard time, and he's done with it. He was miserable under Catelyn's roof in Winterfell, and he came to Castle Black looking to find a new family, only for it to be more of the same. He's feeling sorry for himself until Tyrion talks some sense into him. But first, Tyrion must talk some sense into the boys who were attacking Jon, and mentioning how nice each of their heads would look on spikes at King's Landing was enough to get them to disband. Tyrion then brings the note to Jon about Bran's awakening. Littlefinger suggests to the Starks to tread carefully before accusing the Queen's brother of attempted murder. Noting that Tyrion will simply say the dagger had been stolen from him, Catelyn urges Ned to trust Littlefinger, who she considers to be like a little brother to her. He promises to do his best to keep Ned safe. See how good he's going to be at that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Then we have another video to play, I believe. Jaime and Cersei discuss what to do about Bran, but Jaime is not worried. No one will believe a child, and he'll go to war for her love. He'll go to war for her love if he has to. He vows to kill the boy, Ned Stark, and everyone if he has to, until they are the only people left in the world. It would be so damn romantic if they weren't brother and sister.
Very true, very true.
Let me go. Let me go.
The boy won't talk. And if he does, I'll kill him. Him, Ned Stark, the king, the whole bloody lot of them, until you and I are the only people left in this world.
Okay, darling.
I wish somebody would hold me and talk to me like that. I long for that. I do. I long for that. Jaime Lannister, if you're watching, bro, give me a call. Oh no! Let me see Ned and Cat kissing. How lovely that horse looks. Lame. Where's Blaze? So a lame horse. Thought of Blaze.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
Catelyn says goodbye to Ned and heads back to Winterfell. It's a sad farewell, but necessary. They each tell the other to be careful with their temper, as they can both be a bit hot-headed. Exhibit A, Ned almost killing Littlefinger. King Robert is chatting with Sir Barristan Selmy, Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, about their first time. At first, we think it's when they lost their virginity, but then we realise that they're reminiscing about their first kill. For Robert, it was during the time of his rebellion against the old Mad King, and he recalls bringing his hammer down on the member of the Tarly family during the Battle of Summerhall, which is one of the most anticipated battles that I am waiting to see one day on a remake of this show. I really hope to God that they do it so good, because Robert's Rebellion, I've spoke about it many, many times, could be my favourite Game of Thrones show if they do it right. So I'm anxiously waiting for that stuff. Oh, my screen went blue. Sorry about that. Ooh, Lannister incest. Ooh, brother. I can't do that. Ooh, brother. Then we have Robert scares his squire, Lancel Lannister, one of his wife's cousins, and then calls for Jaime Lannister to come join the chat. Jaime is serving as a member of the Kingsguard, defending Robert, but he makes the job sound demeaning and beneath Jaime. Jaime turns the table when discussing one of his first kills, Robert's predecessor on the throne. What did the Mad King say when Jaime stabbed him in the back? Robert asks. And I'm going to play the clip instead of reading it to you guys.
Arian, what did the Mad King say when you stabbed him in the back? I never asked. Did he call you a traitor? Did he plead for a reprieve?
He said the same thing you've been saying for hours. Burn them all. That's all, Your Grace.
Burn them all, he said. Just to give you some context, that's Daenerys' father, who was on the throne. He went crazy.
Yeah.
We will learn more about him as we go through the seasons, and as Dany's story unravels and tells us on screen. So I don't need to basically read this last chapter, because that was basically what was in the video. The Dothraki convoy continues, and Dany learns more about them from Jorah. The Dothraki do not believe in money, and so they do not buy their slaves. They are given as gifts by those who do not wish to be conquered. The Carls can be brutal and arbitrary. Hearing this and seeing one of them men beat a slave, she decides to start wielding some power of her own. She commands the convoy to stop and then goes for a walk. Her brother Viserys comes after her, furious. Which I have a clip.
I need to practice.
Tell them all to stop.
You want the entire horde to stop? For how long?
Until I command them otherwise.
You're learning to talk like a queen.
Not a queen. A Khaleesi.
So the word Khaleesi, when translated from Dothraki to English, just means queen. Khaleesi is Dothraki for queen. But the more poignant point I want to point out about her saying that is she came into this world believing that she was a Targaryen, which she is, her and her brother, and that she was like the only two of their existence, which we know through the story that she is, you know, there aren't many Targaryens left in the world. And now when she stands and states that she's a Khaleesi, she's taking in the world of the, you know, the Khalasur and the Dothraki, and she's becoming part of them. And it just shows that that's what she's doing. Because she could say she's a queen because she's a Targaryen, but she knows that Viserys is older than her, so he gets the throne first, and all that kind of stuff. So I like that it shows her bringing in her surroundings and her embodiment and the people that are protecting her, and she's being part of them, which is brilliant. And a lot of people love the name Khaleesi. Fun fact: people had passports refused because parents had named their children Khaleesi, and HBO had said no, people couldn't have their passports with that name because they owned the copyright infringement of the name. Interesting.
That's crazy.
And then we have another little video here. It's titled "No True King Need Say I Am a King."
What? Kill these Dothraki dogs! I am your king!
Shall we return to the Khalasar, Khaleesi?
Jorah Mormont's like, yeah, shut up, bro.
Yeah, you're not my king, bitch.
Yeah. Viserys puts a knife to her throat, and one of the Khale's men, Rakaro, lassos him and pulls him off of her. He wants to kill her brother, or at least cut off one of Viserys' ears to teach him a lesson. But she spares him. Upon his release, Viserys commands Jorah to kill Rakaro, but he doesn't take his orders from Viserys. Dany's brother must now return to the Khalasar, humiliated. Yeah, as my little clip says there, no true king need say I am a king. It's one of the most heinous things in the Game of Thrones world. If you claim to be the king, yeah, you're not, bro. You don't need to be told, you know?
Yeah. I don't have to tell you I'm king. You just know it.
Yeah. So Jon Snow takes the medieval elevator to the top of the wall because he wasn't cold enough down below.
I guess, yeah.
He finds warmth in the form of his uncle Benjen, who is there to see Jon's first view of the land north of the wall. He tells Jon that he'll be leaving Castle Black the next day, as his job as First Ranger requires him to patrol the north. He mentions there have been disturbing reports that he hopes are untrue. But we, like the Rangers in the first episode, we saw what we saw, guys.
Yep.
Jon wants to go with him, but Benjen says no. He's no Ranger, at least not yet. He has to earn it, which I love. You know, Jon instantly wants to try to connect to the people that he loves, and it's heartbreaking to know that when Ned left him, Ned said, "We'll talk about your mother when we return." And then when Benjen left him, he says, "We'll talk more when I return." Like, Jon keeps getting the cold shoulder, literally.
Yeah.
He's at this time.
Yeah, from everybody.
Yeah. Back on the ground, Tyrion is having a grand old time chatting it up with Yoren, a recruiter for the Night's Watch. They are exchanging ribberal stories that give us one of Tyrion's famous quips. When asked what was the strongest thing he'd eaten, Tyrion replies, "The Dornish girls count." Oh, these exotic southern girls. Benjen Stark ends the jocularity with some sober facts for Tyrion. Half the boys training will die north of the wall, so plump little lords like you can enjoy this summer afternoons in peace and comfort. Tyrion is not insensitive, but he simply doesn't believe that the Night's Watch is protecting the realm from White Walkers and other magical, mystical beings. He's not that concerned with the wildlings either. He was dismissed as nothing more than unfortunately situated people living on the wrong side of the wall. Tyrion picks up Yoren to travel with him back to the King's Landing, and he's promised Yoren that traveling with a Lannister means traveling in style, which I agree. Before then, though, we have a conversation from Grand Maester Aemond, and he's talking to us about the Night's Watch, and he pretty much tells us the state of affairs that they're currently having to face with each other. Let's have a listen.
The Night's Watch is the only thing standing between the realm and what lies beyond. And it has become an army of undisciplined boys and tired old men. There are less than 1,000 of us now.
Less than 1,000 of them now, and they're just little old men and boys. And remember in House of the Dragon, we saw the people were being honoured in their family to go fight at the wall. It was like they were picking stones. It was the first 100 men, and it was an honour. And now it's all, you know, cripples and broken people and criminals. And yeah. Do you feel you would fare at the wall if you had to be part of that whole regime? Do you feel like you would fare well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know you're a tough one, so you'd grit your teeth and get through it and hopefully find a way out. You wouldn't just would you enjoy pissing off the wall? That was my next question.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it would be exhilarating, wouldn't it? I think it would be. Yeah. Definitely. Dany is leaving. Dany is learning the Dothraki language when she gets felt up by her handmaiden, only to discover that she's pregnant. Jorah and Rakaro are discussing fighting when the conversation turns to Jorah's father, Jeor Mormont, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, whom Jorah calls a man of great honour, whom he betrayed. We do have a clip here. We're going through these videos tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. Please hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this content. And just know we're going to be back on Monday for episode 4. We're not going to take longer to do it. We're going to be straight back on the run again. Where's this video I'm looking for? There it is.
At Jaka.
At Jahaka.
At Jahaka.
At Jahaka.
At Jahakar.
Yes, Khaleesi.
What are you doing?
When was last time you bleed, Khaleesi? You change, Khaleesi. Me ashasava vesufun.
Aquaman can swim.
At Jahaka. At Jahaka. Yeah, I think I've got it down. We're learning it, guys. We're going to learn Dothraki in the next couple of years. Don't you worry. Maybe I'll challenge myself to try and do a live stream solely in Dothraki. That would be very interesting. I just want to touch Dany's boobs just like she did. Like, how do you get away with that kind of crap?
Yeah. I can kind of braid hair. I mean, sign me up, coach.
We are coming to the end of the live stream nearly. The end of the breakdown of the episode, sorry. When Jorah learns that Dany is with the Dothraki child, he decides he must travel to Kothor. The Khalasar is on their way to Vaz Dothrak, and he'll meet up with them there. Jon has had a change in attitude and now is helping his brothers of the Night's Watch as they learn to fight. Tyrion notices that his little pep talk must have helped. He speaks to Maester Aemond, the elderly Maester teacher/healer, who tells him that the Stark family motto will be coming true shortly. Winter is coming, and it will be a long one, and the dark things will come with it. There's so many references this episode to the White Walkers and the things north of the Wall. It's very, very heavy on that kind of stuff.
Yes,
and I love it. I absolutely love it. Lord Commander says that wildlings have been heading south recently, saying that they're fleeing the White Walkers. Maester Aemond worries that the Night's Watch, its numbers dwindling to just 1,000 boys and old men, will not be able to protect the realm. They ask Tyrion for his sister's help so that they can be properly manned before the winter comes. Do you think she's going to help him?
No.
She doesn't even like Tyrion, so why would she even,
Yeah. Why would she help him? Yeah.
Here we have Aquaman and the Mother of Dragons cuddling up.
There we go.
YouTube censorship, guys. I can show you his boobs, but I can't show you hers. It's a cruel world we live in, I know. But if you want to change that rule, consider hitting the like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have a video coming out on the decline of tits and ass in Game of Thrones throughout the entire series. Because yes, I do have that information. When and what season nudity completely drops off the show, which is very interesting because it's all and throughout the books, and it's one of the coolest things about the show. It isn't for children. It isn't. But hey, they watered it down for HBO, and that's saying something because HBO usually don't water down absolutely anything.
Yeah. HBO doesn't give a shit. So
yeah, Dany and Drogo are lying together, and she tells him that he's going to be a daddy, and that they're having a boy. Maybe whoever built the elevator also created a sonogram, because I don't know how the hell she knew.
Yeah, how do you know it's a boy? Yeah.
She must have had a 12-week scan and all that kind of stuff. Scratch pissing over the edge of the wall of Tyrion Lannister's bucket list. Jon is sad to see Tyrion go, as he recognizes that Tyrion has been a friend up north. He asks Tyrion to send a message to his brother Bran as he passes through Winterfell on his way back home to King's Landing. And then we come to one of the final shots of the episode. Arya meets Syrio Forel, her new dancing master. He will teach her how to use her sword. He is exotic and a little bit crazy, and he looks like he'll be a great teacher. He was first sword to the Sea Lord of Bravos, after all. Her father comes by to watch her first lesson and smiles, just so. And I think I have a clip for that.
You are late, boy.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Syrio Forel. Tomorrow you will catch it. Just so. One hand is all that is needed.
What if I drop it?
The steel must be part of your arm. Can you drop part of your arm? No. 9 years, Syrio Forel was first sword to the Sea Lord of Bravos. He knows these things. You must listen to me, boy.
I'm a girl.
Boy, girl, you are a sword. Ah. Just so. Now we will begin the dance. Remember, child, this is not the dance of the Westeros we are learning. The Knight's dance. Hacking and hammering. This is the Bravos dance. The water dance. It is swift and sudden.
I love Syrio Forel. He is literally one of my favorite characters in the entire season, in the entire series. Brilliant.
He seems like a good character.
Yeah, YouTube, please be kind to me. I cut it up as best as I could. I wanted to point out to you, Charles, and I don't know if you noticed, but at the very end of the episode, did you notice the swords change from wooden to steel?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. Okay, that's all I'm gonna point out. But yeah, just know that you have probably missed over the first 3 episodes. I could probably count quite easily 30 to maybe 35 reference points and little breadcrumbs of foreshadowing. And I can't wait until you finish the first season and we'll dive into foreshadowing of the first season. Yeah, it's very, very good. Lots of it come from Syrio Forel, from what he just said. Yeah, fantastic. One little thing I want to add, I've watched Umbrella Academy up to nearly the end of season 3. I dislike the changes in certain characters because of gender choices in real life. I like how Game of Thrones deal with it with Arya Stark when Syrio goes, "Listen, boy," and she goes, "I'm not a boy," and he goes, "Boy or girl, it does not matter. You are a sword. Your gender does not matter in the role that you play in this world." That's what I genuinely believe, and I believe that in the real world as well. But yeah, that's just the way it is. It was interesting. I just wanted to point that out. That Game of Thrones, in my opinion, does it. Yeah. And that's the end of the episode breakdown. We did it in 50 minutes. I think I'm pretty happy with the way that we're doing these. Charles, I want to ask you to rate the episode again, now that we talked about it a little bit. Did it go up? Did it go down? Did you learn anything?
It probably went up a little bit. I would still put it at number 3. 3 out of 3, of course. I still think the second one was the best. First one was second, and third one's third, of course. Okay. I would probably give it a 7, maybe 0.2 for this one. So
interesting.
I think I've been in that 7 to 8 range all 3 of them so far.
Okay. And who's your favorite character so far?
Oh, Tyrion.
Tyrion?
Yep.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Guys, we've got meme of the week to go. We've got some funny memes this evening. Let me just get rid of this slideshow out of the studio.
Is Alan in here?
Alan is, yeah. I've said, oh no, that was the 3rd time because I said it earlier. You just said it once and then I agreed. So yeah, Alan is in here.
Alan! 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 Al! Alan! 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 Alan!
The Cooper Copacabana. Music and fashion is always the passion at the core. Hey, are you filming me in the bath? Get out! Away, man, I'm naked. You better not put it on YouTube.
Oh, so that's not Alan. Steve, Steve. Steve! 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 Steve!
I had to egg
I
you
know.
on.
No, I appreciate it. I love that meme so much. But let's get into it. Meme of the week.
Tonight. Tonight.
Oh, what's this doing? Give me a second, guys. Okay, meme of the week. Let's do this. Fidel, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I know you said you'd be late this evening. We'll be on for another 20 minutes max, probably. Depends how long we get through these. I've got a couple of little clips that I want to play for meme of the week. And then, yeah, we're going to get out of here. But never fear, guys. That's not the end of Ryan Milky's channel for the rest of this week. I will be returning tomorrow for Horseman Lego Build Part 2. If you want to check out what we did on Part 1, check out Charles's channel, Pop in Missouri. He hosted last Friday evening. We had a great evening. We had a great guest with us. He's not a guest, he's a horseman. But Jeremy from Let's Start Pop Collection gave us lots of insight with questions and all sorts of cool little stuff regarding Lego. So yeah, we appreciate him and his time, and I think we're going to be joined by some guests tomorrow as well. They're going to be building some Lego, so stay tuned to this channel. Again, mine is Game of Thrones inspired, guys, so if you're into Game of Thrones, you should come and hang out. And yeah, we don't talk so much more about Game of Thrones in detail, but you know, there's never a live stream where it doesn't come up, so
Exactly.
Let's go with it. So we have more of these WhatsApp messages from more characters in House of the Dragons. So we have Damon over here on the left. He's got a message from Caraxes saying, "Please, Father, I miss my wife." He got one from Baylor saying, "Kill yourself." Simon Strong sent him one saying, "I'm snitching. 100% the vibes are off, bro." His own mother messaged him saying, "Who's my good boy?" after he gave her a nice evening. He got an unknown number from a person that looks like Helena, but it could also be Corey, because I've seen Corey go with that picture before as his YouTube thumbnail. So I think Corey's texting Damon, and he said 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And Missaria then says, "I fucked your wife."
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, then we've got Adam over here in the middle. He got one from Deadbeat. I think that's his dad. And he goes, "So do you like ships?" His brother Alan says, "This man will not leave me alone, bro." Sea Smoke messaged him going, "Leno, where have you been, bro?" His queen says, "Damon's tripping balls. We've got to go." He got an unknown number saying, "Sea Smoke has a type, I see." From Leno. I think Leno is suggesting that he has a type. And then Douchebag, which I believe is Ulf.
Yep.
And that says pussy. And then we've got Hugh's WhatsApp, Hugh Hammer. He got one from his wife, Kat, saying, "Went to Tumbleton. Hope you're not dead."
I love it.
Vermithor messaged him, "Those bastards gave me a tummy ache." A nice one. His little girl goes, "Papa, I see the light. Papa." Ulf thinks, "You think you have any more of those birds?" Because Ulf wants to eat all the birds.
Nice.
Prince Dysteris says, "Tell Ulf I said kill yourself." And he also got a message from an unknown number. Looks like Aegon. He goes, "So what about the payment, bro?"
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
They are your WhatsApp messages of the week. I love seeing these on socials, and I love grabbing them as soon as they come out. Yeah, let's keep going. We have Crispy King Targaryen here on the left. Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
And then we have the look of a person. "If you don't want your damn help" was a picture. "If I don't want your damn help" was a photograph. This would be Alan right here. And I agree, guys. I've said it 3 times.
Alan! 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 Al! Alan! 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 Alan!
The Cooper.
Here we have Ed Stark. Ed Sheeran.
Nice, love it.
Here we have what Milky tried to do a couple of weeks ago on a live stream. You put ramen noodles in a bowl, make them white, and then you put them over your hair with a ladle, and you look like Aemond. I think that kind of works. He did a better job than I did with my wig. Let's say that for sure.
Let's go.
Here we have Rhaenys Targaryen going, "Hey, Aemond," and he replies, "What?" And she covers her eye and goes, "Lol." And Aegon's like, "Rhaenys, girl, stop it." Aemond's upset. He goes, "Fuck both of you." And that's what happened to the two of them at Rook's Rest. Here we have the game of Fruit Ninja, I believe it's called, and we have Vaemond Velaryon here with his keep his tongue. Love it. This freaked me out. So on the right here is an actual picture of George R. R. Martin. On the left is Jon Snow.
Wow.
That's scary, right?
Wow. Okay.
Very, very scary indeed. Daemon is definitely the uncle who takes you to a strip club on your 18th birthday. For sure he is.
Yeah.
This isn't so much as a meme as it is a meme. Pre-production for House of the Dragon Season 3 will reportedly begin on October 31st of 2024. Filming will begin in early-ish 2025, as confirmed by showrunner Ryan Cobb.
Early-ish. I love that.
Yeah. Early-ish.
Heavy on the ish. Yeah.
I still believe it will be a June release in 2026. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm sticking with. I think that's what we'll get. But stay tuned, guys.
You know, if there's 8 episodes, that's June, July. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Here we have the letter that Daemon got, and it says, "You have won a 4-week holiday in Harrenhal." Nice. So then Caraxes has found the perfect disguise to escape Harrenhal. He just needs to put on that nunnery outfit that Rhaenyra was wearing to go to King's Landing, and nobody will see a thing, bro.
Works for everybody else.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
Here is Vermithor chasing after all those Targaryen bastards. Here we have Arya Stark with her list. Otto, Alicent, Aegon, Aemond, Sir Criston Cole. Interesting. So, Charles, I would like you to choose here. And guys in the chat, there are 3 of you in the chat. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know this isn't my regularly scheduled timing, so I shot myself in the foot with viewership this week. But we're back on Monday to get back to the normal schedule. But please play along in the chat if you're listening. Charles, you can only choose 1 from each row. Please let me know who you choose. Your hand, your Kingsguard, your wife or queen, and your heir to the throne.
Okay. Let's go hand. I like Tyrion. I do. That might really bite me, literally in the shins, but we're going to go with Tyrion. Kingsguard. I'm going to go with Sir Gregor.
Sir Gregor?
Yeah.
So you haven't met him in the show right now, but that is the Hound's brother, the Mountain.
The Mountain,
You will meet him. So who would be your wife or queen? A couple of redheads there for you, just in case you've got an affinity for redheads.
Oh, man. Helena, I'm afraid she'd wish me dead and I'd be dead. Alicent, I don't know. She's just a whore. I haven't met Marjorie Tyrell yet. Sansa Stark, she's just bitch. Man, if I had to go on looks, I would say Tyrell.
I like it. Marjorie Tyrell. Okay, what about the heir to the throne?
Oh man. This might surprise some people. I'm gonna go Aegon II.
Okay.
I thought he was a whiny little bitch, but then at the end of season 2, he really became what I think a king should be. He was trying to fight through his injuries and still do what he had to do.
I like it. No, that's a very good answer. I like it.
He really grew up.
Yeah, he did grow up. Yeah, he was forced to, right?
Yeah.
Good to see you, Fidel. Thank you for being here, friend. You did tell me you were going to be late, so you're not late because you told me you were going to be late. That's how this works. So for me, I would go Tywin Lannister, who we again haven't met. That's the father period. He would be my hand. My Kingsguard, I would probably go with Sir Barristan Selmy. He's a man of very much honor, and I respect everything that he does. Marjorie Tyrell is an absolute knockout of a girl, and she could sit on my face. That's all I'm going to say. Heir to the throne. I'm going to say Tommen Baratheon for reasons I can't explain right now, but that's my answer.
Okay.
Guys, we are at the end of the memes nearly, but what I have here is some AI-generated images of what people would be if the dragons were human form. The dragons of the show. So this is Balerion the Black Dread that Aegon the First, the Conqueror, rode, and also did Paddy Considine Viserys, old King Viserys. He was the last person to ride Balerion the Dread. This is what AI says he would look like. I think it's interesting. He looks more like Dracula, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I get with that one. Here we have Caraxes. I quite like this one. Love the sword. Yeah. AI do fantastic jobs. They really, really do. Natalie Dormer. Yes. Fidel, I have some very, very revealing images of Natalie Dormer, and I'll gladly share with you. They're not pornographic. They are safe for work. But yeah, they're revealing. This is Vhagar. I like this one because she is an old, wise lady. I love it. And I think she's even got the braid of Rhaenys. Vermithor here. Looks like Zeus. The gold bronze fury. Here we have Meleys. Meleys was the Red Queen that Rhaenys Targaryen rode. That died in episode 4 of House of the Dragon. Spoiler alert. Here we have Syrax, the golden Syrax that Rhaenyra rides. She's a beauty. I'd be down to watch this animated series HBO if you want to make it.
That would be pretty cool. Game of Thrones animated, just to see what they would come up with.
Oh, I know that they're coming out. They are actually doing some animated stories, but yeah, Game of Thrones animated specifically would be fantastic. Here we have Sunfire, very regal and respected, and speaks English as well, guys, because his king didn't bother to teach him High Valyrian.
Nice.
Here we have Dreamfire. Yeah, you see that she's inside painting dragons on her wall because she doesn't damn fly the thing, and she stays indoors and thinks of dreams. But yeah, again, fantastically made AI. Here we have Sea Smoke as a person. Imagine a Game of Thrones but Japanese anime. I couldn't, bro. It would be insane. Yeah, it'd be crazy. Here we have Sheep Stealer, who has a very good Jon Snow impression going on. I look at the detail on his shoulder plates. He's got skulls and sheep's heads on the side. Love it. And then I think finally we have the Cannibal, who I don't know if we're going to see in the show. I would like to, but I just have a funny feeling that we probably won't ever see this dragon on TV. But it'd be interesting to see it. That's the end of the meme slides. But if anyone would like to consider buying me a coffee or even a dragon, as it says on the screen, please check out buymeacoffee.com/Ryan Milkey, and consider smashing the like button on the stream if you've enjoyed this content, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yes. We're doing these every single Monday as long as my PC works. We will be taking a week off though in 2 weeks because I'm probably going to be in Ireland and I won't have the PC. But we might just come on and talk about the episode and not have anything to showcase. We might just come on and talk just so that you guys have somewhere to be on the Monday, because I will be in Ireland that day. And I will be going to the Game of Thrones studio, or I would have already been to the Game of Thrones studio at the time that we do the live stream. So that might be a good thing that we'll do. But fear not, because Meme of the Week isn't over. We have these really funny little videos. Charles, have you ever wanted to adopt a dragon?
Adopt a dragon?
Yeah.
I never really thought about it, but sure, why not?
Okay, well, I've got a little information for you here.
Oh my god. I love it. That needs to
We're
play.
going to play it again because it's so damn good. We're going to play it again. We've got another one as well that AI generated, but we're going to play Adopt a Dragon again because it is brilliant. Oh, it's classic. It really is. It cracks me up every time. But fear not, if you don't have a dragon and you don't have the means of like looking after a dragon, you could always ride a dragon. Targaryen bastards just need to apply here.
Have you ever wondered if the blood of old Valyria flows through your veins? Are you ready to unleash your inner dragon rider? If you are a Targaryen bastard, you could be destined for greatness. Come on down to Dragonstone and prove your worth, and perhaps a dragon will kill and choose you.
Consult with your local Meister before attempting to claim a dragon. Side effects may include severe burns, blistering, and intense pain. In rare cases, it may lead to severe anxiety around fire, sensitivity to heat, hair loss, or being charred to a crisp, and a life-lingering scent of smoke. If you find yourself on fire, please seek help immediately.
Join the ranks of dragon riders today. Don't miss out and claim responsibly.
Claim responsibly, guys. Claim responsibly. It feels like an early 1990s infomercial. Damn right it does.
Yeah, it does, totally.
It's the little guy at the end. He's like, side effects may occur in a minute.
Yes.
He says, I think he says something like, if you get burned, seek emergency medical help immediately. Side effects may occur. The crispiness of your skin. I love it. We are going to play that one more time because it deserves to be played twice, just like the other one. So if you are a Targaryen bastard, you only need to apply here with it.
Have you ever wondered if the blood of old Valyria flows through your veins? Are you ready to unleash your inner dragon rider? If you are a Targaryen bastard, you could be destined for greatness. Come on down to Dragonstone and prove your worth, and perhaps a dragon will kill and choose you.
Consult with your local Meister before attempting to claim a dragon. Side effects may include severe burns, blistering, and intense pain. In rare cases, it may lead to severe anxiety around fire, sensitivity to heat, hair loss, or being charred to a crisp, and a life-lingering scent of smoke. If you find yourself on fire, please seek help immediately.
Join the ranks of dragon riders today. Don't miss out and claim responsibly.
Nice.
Oh, if you don't laugh at your own jokes, who will, right? I love it.
Love those.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, Charles, that's it. We did it again. We've done it for another week.
Yeah.
An hour and 7 minutes in. Super easy live stream. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I know I certainly did. I am living for this stuff. I live for Game of Thrones, guys. You don't know anyone else that has the passion that I have for this show. And you guys allow me to do it. And Charles, you allow me to do it. So thank you very much for riding this road with me. We're only at the beginning of it, and it's going to be a long, painful, but fantastic story along the way. And cherish these moments where characters don't die in episodes, because you'll be crying when characters do. And you'll be like, I wish it was episode 3 again where we didn't lose people. And you cherish those moments, because people are gone too soon in this world. Same with the tits as well. I'll rewatch this episode. Fidel, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
You bring so much to the streams without even being here on time, brother. You know, you give me so many memes and all that kind of stuff, and they make it in. As I said, not everything makes it in because some of them are spoilery, and I don't want to poke the bear too much with spoilers. But they just know they are all being saved, and they are all in the correct folders for when we get there. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to be hosting Horseman tomorrow night, guys. Same channel, Ryan Milky 14. We're going to be doing some Lego. I'm going to be building the actual dragon's body in bag 2, so you definitely want to check that out. And Charles is building a nice little castle for my dragon to sit on top of, so that'll be fun. We're going to be joined by some people as well. It's going to be great. And next episode will be Monday, 7:30 Central, same time, same place, every Monday. Game of Thrones breakdowns. You know where we'll be. You can rely on us being there. The next episode is Cripples, Bastards, and Broken Things. One of my favorite ever episodes in the entire series. I'll probably say that about every damn episode. But you guys can clip it up. You guys can clip it up. Charles, anything you would like to add to the stream before we get out of here?
I just appreciate everyone who's been here tonight. Of course, make sure you go over there and like the stream, thumbs it up, tell all your friends, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. So Ryan's putting in so much work. Check out his Buy Me a Coffee link as well, and keep the memes coming, guys. I'm loving them.
Yeah, the memes are one of my favorite things to do each week. Like, I love breaking the episode down. I love you guys learning and stuff. But yeah, the memes are one of my favorite things to get to. And yeah, like I think I've said it before, I would love for us to be able to do like 2 live streams a week, because the memes have grown so big that they can take up a whole hour of laughing and joking about the world of Game of Thrones. But you guys can make that happen by sending the memes to me and having fun. Don't forget, guys, I am giving away these Game of Thrones house sigil magnet sets. There are 4 of them here. The way to win this is to just comment on this live stream, or comment on any of the House of the Dragon Game of Thrones live streams from now until episode 10 to be entered, and we will pull a winner on the final episode of season 1. Yeah, I hope it goes to somebody that really enjoys the show and has fun with it, because that's what I want to do. And if you want me to sign, it's in a cellophane packet, but if anyone wants me to sign it, I will. But if not, that's fair enough. But yeah, that's about it, guys. As I said, my name has been Ryan. This channel has been Ryan Milky 14, and I've been joined by Charles. Charles, do you want to add?
I do have one thing I want to add real quick. I think Fidel said Natalie Dormer.
Yeah.
In the chat. I've Googled her. And I know why she appeals to me in the show.
Why?
We share the same birthday.
Oh, okay.
Just 1 year apart. So
interesting.
She could be my twin. We're just a year apart, so we could be like
Cersei and Jamie.
Jamie, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm down for that, bro. I'm down. Yeah, I'll record. Let me know if you need a camera.
Yeah, Natalie, if you're listening, hook me up.
Yeah, Fidel, keep an eye out on your inbox, bro. I have some images from a festival in London where she was in clothing. Let's just say that there wasn't much of it, but she was in clothing. I will gladly share those images. We do have a lady in our group chat, so I don't want to be insensitive and share those kind of things in the group chat. I know there's more guys in there than there is girls, but we do have a lady in there, our Lady Kingsguard of the Commanders. The Lady Kingsguard. So maybe I'll just send them to you privately. But if anyone else wants them, please do so. I will, Fidel.
I just wanted to shoot that out there. So.
No, I appreciate it, Charles. It's all it's all good that we talk about these things. You might even see me on Sunday night, guys, because I do believe we might need to do a character introduction episode again with some of these new characters. It'd be cool for Charles and all you guys to understand who these people at the wall are from and where they're from and what families they're through to. Like, for example, Grand Maester Aemond, the old man that's blind. He is the great grandfather of Rhaenyra. Oh no, that's wrong. I have it up here. Give me a second. He is the 4th great grandmother. Rhaenyra is the 4th great grandmother of Maester Aemond. Yeah, that's the right way to say it. Just so that people can know who he is, because he is a Targaryen, as we know. He is. It's going to be fun learning about Aemond and going forward, because he might even be in the Dunk and Egg show going forward, which I would love to see that. But yeah, I'm babbling on, guys. I'm terrible at these. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Consider subscribing if that's something that you would like to do. And also, if you'd like to help the realm out further, check out buymeacoffee.com, where you can sponsor a dragon or just buy me a simple coffee. But yeah, as I've said for the 3rd time, my name's Ryan. I was joined tonight, as always, by my Hand of the King, Charles, from Sir Popping of Missouri, and all of you fantastic, fine people in the chat who I like to call my council members. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great time, and come watch me build some Lego tomorrow. Same time. Well, no, it's actually set 8 Central, but yeah, I'll be building Lego tomorrow. Guys, without further ado, we'll see you later. Good night.
Bye, guys.